What's going on, guys? I see a couple of you guys have joined in here. I'm just getting everything set up, so give me a moment. Sorry if it's looking a little bit messy. Give me a sec. Stefan Rose is here. Look at that. Yeah, buddy. Stefan Rose in the house, everybody. Look at that. Sorry for the gong show there, guys. First time doing this, boys, girls, people, so I apologize if it's a little bit on the sloppy side. Never done it before. What's going on, Bruce? Nice to see you, man. Got my lucky Mandalorian mug here. Whole bunch of coffee. And can't really see it from this view, but I've got a table full of parts from this side, alphabetical out to this side. Can you guys hear me okay? Yes, no, maybe? Thumbs up if you can hear me okay? This is the way. Right on, guys. Wicked. Well, I'm going to get started here. A couple things to let you know just before we get going. I did start off with the body yesterday, as you can see here. And obviously I went just with the white, like the box art on this guy. I thought it'd be right to keep it sort of, according to what the commemorative model color was. I thought that was important. So already done that. In the instruction manual, it does tell you to use the Tamiya smoke color and smoke out the windows. I didn't do that yet. I didn't know if I don't know if I would have liked that or not. So I decided not to get things started. I can always change it in the future and smoke out the windows at a later date. But that's a body with some of the decals applied already. It's kind of cool. It comes with these light buckets as well. Nice chrome light buckets for the front and rear. And like multiple light positions too, like 3 lights for the rear and 1 big one for the front. So that's pretty cool. And what else? There's also like an ABS wing for it somewhere right here. So it's got like an ABS spoiler. It's like the old school Porsches had. And it just came in white ABS plastic, so I had to paint. I still painted it white, the same color as the body, although it already was white. Still looks a little bit off. Still kind of see a bit of a difference there. And then just painted the black, obviously just by hand. Let's get that guy adjusted a little bit. How's that? Yeah, now from there you guys can see some of the parts here. Let's see if I can do this. Yeah, there's all the parts trees there, guys, all sort of laid out. I got screw bags here, parts A, B, C, D, E, F, G, all the way to V, and then some wheels and all that jazz set up over there. So I'm going to get cracking, guys. And thanks for being here. Thanks for joining me. It's pretty awesome. This is cool. So if you guys have any questions, throw them up. I'll keep checking the monitor as we go. I'll let you know what's going on as we do it. And we'll get this ball rolling, shall we? Happy New Year's, everyone, by the way. Parts bag A. Let's get rolling. I think like the first 25 Tamiya kits I ever built, I would just open up every single parts bag and just barf all the parts out all over the table and just try and figure them out as I went along. And it wasn't until like somewhat recently when I realized that that's not the way to do it. Go through your parts bags, A, B, C, D, you know what I mean? Like go through them in order. And that's the way to do it. Still, some of the parts bags, there's a bit of overlap. You get to the end of bag A and you have to open up bag B. But that's my neighbor with the snowblower. Sorry about that. I think that's a snowblower. Leaf blower. How's Steph and Rosa doing out there today? Yeah, buddy. Bonjour, Jacques. Thank you for watching. It's about the extent of my French that I remember. Comment ça va? There we go. Been a while. All right, that's it. So step number 1, guys, we're going to be building some differentials. Looks like, well, it's actually step 2. Step 1, they want us to charge our battery, obviously, but step 2 here, we're going to start off with the front differential, which is, oh, I'm sorry, this is the rear differential, which is the ball differential. They're doing a ball diff in the rear on this guy and a gear diff in the front. So let's get cracking on that. I don't know if any of you guys out there watched my Avante TD4 series, but the ball differentials on that chassis are absolute garbage. And never thought I'd have to say that about like a brand new Tamiya product, but they're just garbage. And thankfully, this is a different style of a ball diff, and I'll show you that as we get into it. Bruce, you know all about it. You've already built this thing, so you know what this one's all about. All right, ball diff grease. It did, eh? Good. Good stuff. So I just started with the ball diff, guys. I just packed the little holes with some grease, and then I start dropping the balls in. It makes it really nice and easy to hold them in place for you. So you don't have your balls getting loose all over the place, eh? Can't have that. And they even give you 2 extra balls. How about that? Jacques, how's the weather out there in Quebec, buddy? Minus 40 yet? Empty Pockets RC is here. Hello, Empty Pockets. Similar theme to your channel and mine, eh? It's this hobby's going to keep you poor, isn't it? Six, not you. grease on there. This big guy here, whoops. Now this next part, guys, I've got to build a little thrust washer for the ball diff, so I'm going to zoom you in here a little bit so you can get a bit of a closer look on what's going on. Hopefully my camera holds, because it likes to move. How about up there? Nope. How about there? Stay right there, buddy. Bit of snow in Quebec, eh? Yeah, right on. Seems about right this time of year, hey? Steph, my favorite one to build ever, I would say probably the original Avante. I mean, it's a re-release, but it's a re-release of the Avante from M829. The Avante re-release from the 80s. That one was a ton of fun. I loved building that one. Just the way everything went together, it was just like so well designed and so well everything. They just nailed it on that one. So that was definitely my favorite, I'd have to say. Where are we? Gotta be careful on this part. You got these like sort of semi-dished. I don't know if you can see that, but it's kind of got a dish shape to it. Oh, and Jacques just finished a RJ Speed Digger. Right on, man. How was that? Where's that little guy? With all that snow, you probably haven't had a chance to get it out yet, but man, that is a fun little kit. Come on, you stupid camera. Stay put. Bring you guys back up here. My camera seems to wander a little bit. Just putting in these tiny little diff balls into this thrust washer. Tried it outside, not full throttle. Yeah, I think Jacques, I think mine is on just the stock, like the stock silver can that it came with. And holy cow, even the way that thing's geared right out of the box, it flies. My wife and I took it out a couple of years ago. We made a fun video kind of racing it around. The no suspension really kind of it really makes it interesting to drive. Come on, you. There we go. Losi LMT roller. Yeah, right. Blissful. All right, man. That is a welcome here, man. Thank you so much for joining. And yeah, that LMT roller Very, very cool truck. I had an LMT for a very short period, and it was a ton of fun. And Stefan, to answer your question, buddy, which would be my unicorn kit? Oh man, tough to say, man. Unicorn kit. I would say probably the original Porsche 959 that Tamiya made back in, I think it was like 79 or whenever it came out. That off-road Porsche 959 with kind of the lift kit on, a little bit higher. It got the rally block tires. That thing. I think that would be the unicorn for me. Yeah, TA02. What are they calling it? The TA02 SW chassis, short wheelbase. So, from what I heard from my good man Bruce, who's watching today, is that the body doesn't actually fit the wheelbase, the chassis wheelbase very nicely. So, we have yet to get there, but that's something that's got me a little bit concerned because, yeah, I mean, that would kind of stink, wouldn't it? This is a pretty special kit. A lot of guys are buying these and just hanging on to them, putting them on a shelf somewhere and storing them because they're definitely going to appreciate in value. Not how I look at it. I mean, I just like to build them, run them, and I mean, I'm not going to run this thing a whole heck of a lot, but it's definitely going to get some action. Oh, you little bugger. There we go. You. Then you got to go in. RC Dreamers, yes. SW short wheelbase. Yep, you got it. And Jacques, yeah, I heard there is a way you can shorten the wheelbase. There's a mod that Bruce N was telling me about. I guess you have to shave off the lower A-arms a little bit and put in a spacer. So the mod does exist, which is a good thing. I just don't know. Yeah, honestly, I haven't looked into it at all yet. So I really know very little about it at this stage of the game. Trying not to screw this one up. I think I did okay. Onto this guy. Yeah, this style of ball diff I'm okay with. Just that super little delicate thing that they put in the TD4 and the TD2. Man, that thing is no bueno. No bueno. RC Dreamers, yes, it is the same ball diff that's in the Top Force Evo. You got it, buddy. Paul, nice to see you, man. Thanks for joining in, buddy. Oh, geez. Oh, making a mess here. It's funny the way the YouTube's kind of doing this. It's like I get no messages and 4 pop up all at once. Oh, Gavin did. Okay, cool. Good to see. Marcus, hello. Thank you, sir, for joining from Germany. Thanks so much for joining, my man. Yes, the kit does come with bearings, Marcus. Now I have to kind of redo all of this because Patriots on one channel and Poor Boys RC on the other, eh, Paul? Good man. Let's see, what can I do? Should have built this thing ahead of time. Holy cow. Okay, there's that. You, and then you. RC Nitro Flux, Matthew. Nice to see you guys here. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys. Ball diffs are my nemesis. I'm not a fan of building these things. Big hands and ball differentials do not work well together, let me tell you. I gotta start like farming this out to like the kids in the street. Oh, going away fast. I saw something about a King Yellow. Amazing in the snow. Yes, indeed. King Yellow is awesome. I apologize if I don't interact with all of you all, you know, exactly on time. I'm trying, but it's just funny. I don't know about on your end what you guys see. This is my first time doing this, but on my monitor here, it just kind of spits out 4 comments at once. So by the time I lift my head up from doing this thing and look over, I miss some of them. So I apologize if I miss you. If you have a question or something, if I don't answer you, throw it up a couple more times for sure, and I'll definitely get to you. So that is our front, or no, sorry guys, hang on. This is the rear differential, which is the ball differential. And kind of cool design. Yeah, definitely the same as the Top Force Evo, and definitely not the same as the TD4 TD2, which, man, not a fan. I'm gonna get that guy nice and tight. And voila, we've got ourselves a ball diff. Rock and roll. Next step, we are going to take the ball diff and plop it into the rear gearbox. Chassis 236, box art. Marcus, I heard about that earlier today from my good man Bruce. To answer your question, so everyone knows if you missed it at the very beginning, yes, I did get a head start on the body. I started this last night and definitely painted it white to stick with the commemorative model colors. I just thought that was fitting. The only thing I didn't do, guys, I didn't fog out the windows. I want you to use the, I think it's PS31, which is like that smoke kind of tint. I didn't do that yet. I might do that in the future. I wasn't sure if I'd like that or not. So at this stage, I just haven't done it yet. Not to say that I won't do it. And there was another question that came up from Matthew, I think, and I just missed you again, buddy. Sorry. You want to shoot that one up one more time? B7. One thing I noticed as we get older is just the way people do things, almost like rituals. And you know, oh, here we go. Marcus, Matthew, painted box art. Oh, yep, got it. And then Marcus, I missed you there on the chassis. Yeah. The issue with the chassis being a little bit longer, the wheelbase doesn't line up. Yeah, I heard about a mod. Definitely on the table, because by the time I sit this thing on, if it's not looking right, I might have to. I'll cross that bridge as I get to it. We'll see. 4. But I saw some photos. Another follower of the channel sent me some photos of his 934 45th anniversary, and yeah, that wheelbase looked way off. So if it, I mean, it's going to be the same thing. And I've already pre-drilled my body post holes too, so I'm pretty much committed at this point. Yeah, and you know something, Jacques? I did paint it, believe it or not. I didn't clear coat it, but I did paint it at the exact same time I painted the body. And you can see it's still a little bit yellower, hey? So, oh well. C'est la vie. What are you going to do? So here I got the rear gearbox, right? Is that the right part? I think so. Something like that. Got our ball diff, a couple bearings, MA20s. And yeah, just again to confirm, guys, the chassis is completely a complete ball bearing chassis. Ball bearings throughout. Drop that guy in. C'est la vie, mon ami. Get a little bit of grease on there. So how's everybody's Christmas? What do you guys, anyone get any new RC kits out there? Let's get some good banter going. Anything good, anything bad going on with the world of RCs that you guys acquired recently? Paul. Hope you're doing okay, man. Yeah, Stefan, I remember that Christmas, dude. Kyosho Scorpion. What an amazing buggy. I hope you've had a chance to get it out. Those things are beautiful, way ahead of their time. Savage XL Flux, nice. Bruce got a Porsche. Hot Shot, 45th. Capra axles and an SCX10, okay. Andre, bonjour. Now is a Capra axle, forgive me, I don't know, is a Capra axle a wider axle? I got the sun right in my eyes. So baby steps, guys. We got the rear diff installed here. Now the kit comes with a 540, just plain Jane 540, wider, and their portal. Oh, wicked, nice. That'll be nice. What do you think, guys? Stick with the stock 540, or should I go with maybe like I got a torque tuned I could throw in there? What do you think? Survey says torque tuned or regular? What do you think, guys? First answer that comes up gets it. Yeah, I believe it, buddy. Bruce with the torque tuned. All right, torque tuned it is. All right, B3, we got our little spacer. You know, one thing Tamiya does well, but they don't do it on every kit, is provide this little spacer for when you're putting your pinion gears on. Personally, I'm a huge fan of it. I wish they put it on more of them. We're going to drop the torque tuned in there. Got to get the old driver out. This guy here. Where'd that pinion gear go? Just like that. The only reason I have a spare torque tuned at the moment was because the torque tuned came with this guy, the Plasma Edge 2, that my wife and I put together yesterday. But in this one, I threw in a Superstock BZ. So this is going to be a bit of a basher for us. So that one's got some good horsepower in it. And now the Porsche will also have a little more jam as well, which is fantastic. Forgot to put my little motor plate on. That. BP11. What's BP? Is that you? That is you. Got a beautiful sunny day here in Victoria, BC today, guys. Gorgeous day out. Snow's finally starting to melt. You can get some kits outside for a little run. Yeah, that's almost too much, isn't it? Raining in the UK, Scorpion favorite build. Yeah, that's a nice one. MO5 has it. Beautiful. So we got these little guys. BP11. Did I do that right? Is that 11? No, that's 4. That's B4. What am I doing? BP11. Where the heck are you, BP11? Boston Pizza 11. Oh, that's just the aluminum motor mount. Got a little bit confused there. They've got a plastic motor mount in the kit, but it also comes with a nice aluminum one here, which is, I guess, considered an upgrade. Wheelbase doesn't fit, but we've got an upgraded motor mount, so there's that. I'm gonna get a little bit of thread lock out here because we got some metal on metal stuff going on here, boys. So we're gonna thread lock them up a little bit. And if I can find the right screw. MA3, where the heck are you? There you are. Matthew, no, came with no ESC. No ESC whatsoever. And yeah, very cool that it comes with an aluminum mount. If I don't use my thread lock for a while, like gets all gunky at the top, and the first squeeze, it all just comes flying out. Sure, I'm not the only one. Or maybe I'm just, oh, there we go. And one thing I think that they did with this kit that I'd say that is nice and smart is that with this aluminum motor mount, I'll show you guys in a second here, it's got multiple mounting options for multiple pinion size options. But the kit comes with a 21 tooth pinion, and right in the instruction manual, it tells you which hole to use. And they've kind of, well, right from the back, you can tell which hole they want you to use because it's, as you can see right there, it's got a sort of a beveled edge for the screw that goes in there. So that makes it kind of hard to screw up, which is good. So if anyone can screw up a lot during a build, it's me. Kong head 6x6. Nice. Empty pockets. You're going to love that thing, dude. I've got one. It takes a pounding. It's a ton of fun. All right, so now we're just going to mount this motor mount to the motor. And it's telling us to use, one's got a little stripe on it, go above. Think I'm doing the right thing. Hopefully I am. Probably not. About that. MA2. MA2. Where are you, buddy? Beveled edges for the aluminum standoffs. Groovy. Bruce, when you see me screwing something up, just yell at me, okay? RC Dreamers, is it 74 tooth? I don't know, buddy, but let me check. Hopefully it says on there. Now, did I do that right? It's saying... That guy goes below there, and that guy should go above. All right, I think I did that correctly. Great. Is this a 74 tooth? Yes, it is right there, sir. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it is indeed stamped 74 teeth. Rock and roll, boys. We got a motor here with a motor mount. Now we're going to take this motor and this motor mount, and we're going to attach it, according to the good people at Tamiya. Okay, and that guy's just going to drop right in there. So really kind of a smart design. It's got these aluminum spacers. They just kind of drop right in here. Bingo bango, just like that. Screw her all together. Oh, that's the wrong screw. I got her? Awesome. A little bit of thread lock on there going into metal. Yeah, the King Yellow and the Kong Head, man, probably one of the more fun kits that are out there, in my opinion. And we take ours out. I'm running it's all waterproof electronics with a 15 turn, HPI Firebolt motor in it. And it's just that perfect blend. It's not crazy powerful, still brushed. But just enough power where the thing will just fishtail everywhere if you want it to. And even with a stock suspension, actually soaks up jumps pretty good. All right, fellas, so there we are. Step 5 complete. We've got a motor attached to a gearbox. These are good things. What's next? Oh, all good, Bruce. Don't sweat it, buddy. Next, guys, we're on to step number 6 here, where we are going to start putting our spur gear together. Uh-oh. And I think I've encountered my first issue. This washer was supposed to be in the diff. Hang on. These mistakes never happen, right, guys? Yeah, thrust washer, MA28. How did you get out? Let's get that and double check it. Always a little concerning when you finish a few steps and you look back and find a random spare part sitting there. Oh, man. That's how she goes. So I'm just cracking open that rear diff again, guys. I think I somehow had this washer fall out. I'm not sure how I missed that, but I did. So let's just get that guy in there before we get too far ahead of ourselves and make a big mess of things. So I got cone, MA29. I see what I did wrong. Yeah, I used to get really freaked out when I'd be all finished up with the build, and I'm like, what the heck is with all these spare screws? Thinking I missed a whole bunch, but, after a gazillion builds, you start to realize that the good folks over at Tamiya are, kind enough to give you a little bit of wiggle room and give you some spares just in case, which is always a good thing to have some spares. All right, washer, MA29. Gonna go about it this way. Then the big guy. There we go. No, it doesn't work that way. RC Dreamers, yeah, it's always good to see a new build, right, buddy? You're saying you're having a hard time getting parts where you are in the world. You are in the UK, I believe. Is that right? Yeah, I definitely forgot to put that washer in there, boys. That would have been bad. Oh, sorry, buddy. I was saying, you mentioned the other day that you were having a hard time getting parts, and I think you said that you're in the UK. Is that right? Scott Norton waiting for a carbon chassis. Oh, I didn't even know they made one. That's pretty cool. There we go. Stupid expensive. I'm done for buying it. Oh, that's funny, buddy. Hey, listen, man, don't sweat it. Look behind me. I mean, talk about poor investments. But hey, you only get one chance at life. You got to have some fun while you're here. So buy those carbon fiber chassis that you don't need. Live it up a little bit. Have some fun. Life's too short. Aluminum dampers, nice. There we go. That ball diff is now built correctly. How about that? Nothing better than doing things twice. All right. Now, where were we before I screwed that up? Oh, yeah. Spur gear time. All right, so here's our spur gear, guys. Yeah, definitely a 74 tooth. Drop a little bearing in there. Oh, I made 20 and 21. Let's make sure you get the right ones here. There's a 20. 21's a small guy. Stefan Rosa, you nailed it, buddy. I agree with you 100%. And as far as servos go, I'm just putting in this cheapy Tower Pro, kind of an eBay, Amazon special. They're brass gears, so at least the gears are made of a metal, soft metal, mind you, but still metal. And not fast, noisy, but cheap. This kit's not going to get a whole lot of runtime, so I'm not going to go crazy with servos and electronics. Yeah, Jacques, I hear you there, buddy. People will give you a hard time for it. I think that's this one. G4, G3, G1, 2, 3. My wife. No, it did not come with a high-speed gear set. At least I don't think it's hot. I mean, it just came with the one gear set, and that is it. Not a lot of options in terms of gearing to stock. It did come with a 21 tooth pinion, which I'm going to say is probably on the larger end because there's a lot of different mounting holes. And it looks like, yeah, according to the plastic motor mount here, 21 is the max. Minimum pinion would be 16. So I guess they do have it geared up as hot as it'll go with the pinion. All right, so we've got our spur gear dialed in here. We've got a little idler gear to go next. That's this little cat. Throw a couple little bearings in that bad boy. Little steel rod. Bingo bango. Sorry, I just missed that question. Who's the Canadian distributor for ... Idler gear is good to go, boys. Propeller joint is next. G1. Canadian distributor for Tamiya. Oh, geez, you know what? I had the answer to this not that long ago. I looked it up. And right now, sorry, buddy, I couldn't tell you. It's escaping me. I don't remember off the top of my head. Sorry, pal. So here we're just putting our propeller joint together. Paul, TBG, got the delivery I sent on the 30th. Yes, buddy. For all of you who don't know, Paul is going to be the man that is going to revive the Futaba FXT. Guys put a lot of work into getting Team Blue Groove to put a chassis together, or a body kit together. And they're finally doing it, which is amazing. All right, we're missing some parts. On to bag B. This is one of the things about building a Tamiya kit. When you think you're trying to be good and stick with bag A when you're supposed to, then crack open bag B, and then they make you kind of jump to bag B, and I start to second guess myself. Love the top force. Yes, FX10 is awesome. FX10, FXT, both amazing kits. I'm surprised they're not more desirable and not more sought after. I mean, there is definitely a big following to them. But they're so cool and they're so special. Like, they're such a small run of such a cool kit. Where the heck is that thing? BP8. Where are you, BP8? I'm having a hard time finding you right now. Oh, there you are. Yeah, the top force, yeah, 100%, buddy. Probably one of the nicest kits I've ever driven in terms of Tamiya kits. Just the quality, the quality of the parts and the way everything went together. It runs so smooth. So I got this guy, MA20 is the bearings, got to go up on here. Put our little E-clip on. Something like that. You're going to go through there. We're going to put a bearing on the end. And there is our, what are they going to call this? A propeller joint. Sweet. Let's get this rear gearbox tidied up, shall we? This guy, we're going to drop in little idler right there. Jacques, I hear you there, buddy. I don't know why some people hate him either. You know, I think in the modern world where you can buy so many kits that right out of the box are going to seriously outperform a Tamiya kit, I think some people just don't understand what the heck, what's the point of it? Why would you spend so much money on something that's, dated technology? Stefan, people are afraid to love. You got it, pal. But it is what it is. It is dated technology. It is old school. Stefan's not afraid to love. But it's funny because I'll tell you, plastic bushings. Yeah, I hear you there, man. You know what though? I actually love a lot of these plastic bushings because with all of my any of my bashers that I run on the beach, and plastic bushings are amazing because they never rust, so they work out pretty good. But I'll tell you guys, look at this. I got this for my wife for Christmas, an Arma Typhon, and this thing is 8th scale, came ready to run, beautiful electronics, like pretty cool rig, and that cost about the same as just this Porsche kit did. So that's kind of, I think for a lot of people that's a tough pill to swallow because that's you pay a big premium for some of these kits. All right, so we got our gears in our rear gearbox. Time to put the topper on, B6. Scott wants a Typhon TLR, buddy. That is a beautiful looking rig. And for I think it's about another $150 or so to go TLR version. And that comes with what? Different chassis, right? Different shocks, I think, shock towers. The body looks badass. So I've greased up the gears, boys. We're gonna drop on the old gear cover, boom. And that's one thing about Tamiyas, guys. I gotta say, like, just look how just perfect everything fits together. That's a thing of beauty right there. Couple MA7s. Love building a kit. Yeah, me too, man. 500 plus electronics, $1,000. Yeah, that's a lot steeper than the RTR, that's for sure. So we've got a gearbox built. Silky smooth. All right. Fantastic. Gonna put that aside for now. Next step is a rear damper stay. Jacques got 3 kits, plans on getting way more. He's been bitten by the bug. Welcome to the club, pal. Rear damper stay is made of a nice fiberglass, nice looking part. We have got A, B, C, D, 8. Is this D? That is D. D8, a couple of these guys. Yeah, it's getting a ready to run is nice sometimes, just opening up a box, throwing in a charged battery and going. I think there's a time and a place for it, but in my opinion, there's nothing better than this. Just sitting up here for whatever. If you're experienced, you can pound one of these out in a few hours. If you're not, sometimes a day or two. But this is what it's all about to me. I love doing this. And thank all you guys for tuning in today because this is something new that I wanted to try out. And we've got a really good turnout here for our first live stream. I consider 15 people an excellent turnout, so I'm actually pretty stoked. And I'm having a lot of fun. Hope you guys are too. MA15. Oh, no, not that guy. I need this guy. MA5. No, you. Through there. Yeah, I think next one of these I do, I'll see if I can figure out a way to do like a picture-in-picture so that you guys can get a bit of a closer up, like an up-close view of what I'm doing, but also a view from the outside looking in. Scott's working on a custom crawler project. That's cool. It's amazing to see how crawlers have really taken over the market. So much popularity. Crawlers and scalers, whatever you want to call them. My Crawley. Nice. Yellow lunchbox. Yeah, buddy, I'll tell you. The lunchbox is well, my first and still my favorite RC is a Midnight Pumpkin, which, as you know, is basically a lunchbox. And man, what an awesome kit that is. They are so much fun. They just wheelie all over the place. They bounce around. They're goofy. They're fun. Aussie. Stefan's playing some Aussie. Is that what's going on there, bud? Where's my little doodad? There it is. One nice thing is that the kit does come with some thread lock. It's red, which is an unusual color for thread lock on a kit like this. Hopefully it's not like actual red automotive grade thread lock, or none of these are coming apart anytime too soon. But that's kind of a nice touch. There we go, guys. So there's our rear damper stay built. One thing I will say, these lower, there's quite a bit of slop right there. And that's, as far as that screw goes in there, Bruce, if you're still here, I don't know if you had that same issue or not, buddy, but that's kind of annoying. Anyway, that's that. No room for air. Yeah, you got it, man. Comical Levante. Yeah, I haven't got any of those comical ones yet, but they do look like a lot of fun. And yeah, if you don't watch Mateo's RC movies, make sure you do. I'm sure most of you guys do. If you're watching me, you're probably watching Mateo, but check him out. He's picked up a bunch of those comical kits, and he's done some good running videos of them, and they look like a total blast. So next up, guys, we're going to attach the rear damper stay onto the rear gearbox. And here I need some sort of a mystery piece, a rear spacer, they're calling it. What the heck is that? Here it is. Funny little spacer doodad there. We're going to start off with some MA6s, which are these bad boys. A couple washers. Get her done. Gary Morris, hello, buddy. Thanks for popping in, sir. Joining us while we build this rarest of RCs, soon to be rarest of RCs. I got yelled at by some guys for building this thing. They thought I was crazy, but you got to enjoy them, right? I think so. All right, next we're going to take our output diff cups and get them popped in. You go in there. A little bit of grease. That guy goes. Come on now. Just drops right in beautifully, right? Right. Or not. Come on now, work with me. What's going on here? This is all the stuff that you edit out of a video. Do most Tamiya kits have noticeable slop? Yes, they have a lot of slop. In fact, I've even seen it referred to on the internet as Tamiya slop. So you know their kits are sloppy when they've got their own nickname. What do we got going on here, guys? Oh, there we go. I got a bearing stuck in there. Yeah, Tamiya slop is a thing. Jacques definitely is. I would say that, yes, indeed. Many of their kits are extremely sloppy. What are you doing? How many times can I screw up a rear diff, guys? Let's see here. Oh, quite a few, actually. By the looks of it, I forgot to put another part on. What is my deal with this diff? This is how like an 8-hour build becomes like a 20-minute build video on YouTube. Because all the screw ups that you make along the way, you just edit them all out, and you're like, people must watch and think, wow, that guy's great. No. Screw up every single time, multiple times. So I don't know about you guys, but I have to go back to work tomorrow. It's been a nice Christmas holiday. First time in years that I've taken the week off between the two, between Christmas and New Year's. Green Frog RC, you bet, buddy. Only thing is, this is the third time I've done this diff now. But that's okay. I was wondering why it had so much. Oh, wow, now it really doesn't fit nicely. Thrice. Thrice is nice. You got it, bud. Some of you guys just had a couple days off over the holidays. That's normally what I would do, is just take a couple days. But yeah, this time we just said, what the heck, let's take a little more time off. And I'm really happy we did. Oopsie. Thanks for noticing, Stefan. Thanks for noticing, pal. Yeah, it's definitely a little more challenging when you're talking to people at the same time as building. But that is a-okay. In what field is my real profession? I work in the auto body collision repair industry. So while I screw up differentials regularly, I tend to do good things with paint. I started my career off about 18 years ago as a painter in the business, auto body painter. Empty pockets, -10 out in the Grand Haulers, going for a rip. Nice. That is such a cool truck. Now, what the heck did I do wrong here, guys? This thing is just not working for me. Something is afoot. At the Circle K. Nice road trucking, yeah. All right, Phil, what'd you do wrong here, buddy? We got this guy here. You go there. This guy in the ring. Sorry, I'm ignoring you guys for a second here. I just got to put my head down and try to not screw this diff up a third time. That goes like that. Yeah, okay. Then we got this here. I find talking to myself while building to be very therapeutic. Gotcha. Gotcha. I see what I did wrong. Again. There we go. I think said that before. Oh, look at that. It fits properly when you build it right. Good man. Hot dog, we have a wiener. Now, let's see. Da, 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 da. Oh, there we go. There we go. So missed another crucial step on the diff build there, but it's okay. We got her figured out. Say something, Jacques. RC Dreamers, hello. Hello, my man. What is going on? How about we all let each other know which part of the world we're watching from? I think that's always an interesting little exercise. I'll get started. I live in British Columbia, Canada, Vancouver Island. Who's next? Connecticut, Quebec. Boston, Mass. What time is it? It is 11:15 out here on the West Coast. Stefan, good old Ontario. Central New York. Right on, guys. Next step, we're going to build some CVAs, CVDs, CVA. I guess it depends which manufacturer you're talking about. Let's see, they want me to build 2 of them. Are they all the same length? Let's find out. Looks like they are not all the same length. We have 2 long ones and 2 short ones. So if you're going to build this kit, make sure you build the right size. Put the right size CVA in the right hole. All right. MA12, a couple of those. MA26ers, a couple of those. Where are you guys? There you are. You guys, new guys. UK, 9:15 or after 7. England, all right, guys. Everyone speaks French. Jeff, how's it going, man? Thanks for joining us, buddy. Everybody has to speak French now. All right. Looks like definitely some Russian, possibly Ukrainian there. Thank you for joining. Oui, oui. Ça va très bien. Green Frog RC says caution. Jacques, yeah, good luck, guys. Yeah. Je suis Phil Daddick. Ça va, or, oh, geez, ça va très bien. Does that make sense? I am very good. It's been a long time since I had to speak French. Ça va frickin' mal. I think Stefan and I took French class together, didn't we? Up to like grade 5, was it? I thought grade 9. Yeah, you know what? You're right. It was still grade 9. I think I even took it in grade 10. But I remember struggling with it quite a bit. Ça va très bien is excellent in French. Right on. Jeff, am I going to run the Porsche in the snow? I'm going to say probably not, my friend. And to be honest, the snow is going to be gone pretty quickly here anyway. It's melting quite a bit today. So I don't think it's going to be around much longer. Ça va très bien. Yeah, I had a heck of a time because, I had a heck of a time learning French in school because my family is from Croatia. They came here to Canada in the early 70s. And so, I love everyone. Yeah, I had a hard time kind of mastering Croatian as a second language and then French as a third language. And then, having RC Dreamers, he's nailing it. You can count to 10. Yeah, had a heck of a time. I remember having to count to 10 in French class, un, deux, trois, and then I switched to Croatian. Четыре, пять, шесть, sedam, it'd be half Croatian, half English, or half Croatian, half French. And teachers were looking at me like I was a weirdo, and other kids were looking at me like I'm a weirdo. Anyway, those were the days. So guys, we got our CVAs are built. Dans la neige, in the snow, est une mauvaise idea. It's a bad idea. I don't know if mauvaise is bad, but feels like it's bad. So guys, we're still in step 10. We've done the first portion of it. Now we're just going to get the lower A-arms out and the hubs and get it all mounted up. Jeff, we got a little more power in there than just a stock silver can, buddy. We took a vote earlier and the torque tuned was voted in. So we got a torque tuned rocking and rolling in there. D11. D11. Survey says D11. Like I'm playing bingo. Couple lower arms. What else we need? C11. Couple hubs or uprights or knuckles, whatever you want to call them. C11, C12. 11 is left side. Gonna do one at a time here so I don't screw it up. Got a bad streak going so far today. Just like that. Pretty easy, right? Can't screw that up, can you, Phil? Yeah, I can. Watch me. 10, boom, boom. Yeah, the plan is to get some of the trucks out in the snow today before it's all gone. The wife's going to take her Arma. I don't know. I'll probably take a clodbuster. Substantial difference in power and speed. Who knows the answer to that one? Extra brownie points. Most of them in English. Yeah, Steph, to answer your question, buddy, oh, there you go. Jeff knows. More low on power, torque tuned. Yeah, you got it. I find they go a little bit quicker too than just a stock silver can wheel. So there's our rear arms, guys. Rocking and rolling. I'm going to drop a couple bearings in there. MA20s. Pour vous. Pour vous. Kind of like a two-stroke. Kind of like a two-stroke, just without the brap. That and that. So we're going to get these guys buttoned up to the old rear gearbox here. Something like this. Take the doodad, put it in the whatnot. And the smell, yeah. I've still got a couple sport tunes that are in the black can, which is now becoming, marginally more collectible than the newer style. It comes in a silver can. But yeah, the black can looks so much cooler. And to put my arms on backwards. Damn it, Phil. Focus. Let's try that again. Am I going to sniff the tires? Buddy, you know I'm going to sniff the tires. I gave them a good sniff on the unboxing. They're not that potent. But just for you, when the time's right, we'll give them one more good sniff. What the heck did I do wrong here? Oh, I see what I did. .351 4-barrel. Right on. What year was your Mustang, Jacques? It's the internet. Just lie to us, buddy. Like I just saw a question about fixing the wheelbase. And I don't know the answer to that question just yet. I want to see how horrible it looks, and I'm anticipating pretty horrible. But that's going to be a game time decision for me. What did I do? What's going on here? Yeah, I just saw some photos earlier today of how bad that wheelbase can be. I didn't realize that it was a problem until this morning. So when I saw the photos, I was pretty shocked to see just how far off the wheelbase really is. I mean, it's way out to lunch. Now, what the heck did I do here? Rear arms. You should be in there further, shouldn't you? '70 olds, nice. Oh, there you go. Green Frog's got the info right there. Yeah, the torque tuned. I've got a torque tuned, and that came in the MF01X Rally Beetle chassis, and that thing goes really good. I was surprised at how fast it went. Perfect motor for that chassis. That's the same chassis they use for the Ford Escort as well, right? What's going on here now? Roland had a '68 Mustang. Yeah, that's a beautiful car. Scott, you're 100% right, man. This thing should definitely have had a special motor in it. I agree. I think I even mentioned that when I did the unboxing. I was like, how does this not have a special motor? And really doesn't even need to be that special. Just put a sticker on it, you know? Just like they did with the Bigwig and the Avante. It's just a GT tuned. You throw a little sticker on it, everyone feels like it's special. That's all you need to do. The '80s Hyundai Pony. How can I forget that pony, dude? That thing was awesome. It was brown, wasn't it? Okay, now what is going on here? Brown after the rust. I still remember your dad changing the Hyundai sticker in the front windshield. Maybe that was a Chevette with the Chevette sticker, I think, maybe. '67 Cougar. Imagine you had the car and the lady. That would have been something to talk about. Well, I've hit a bit of a snag here, boys. And, you know, I get the CVAs in here. And when I lift up this rear knuckle, it just doesn't quite, Let's see. See right there? It just doesn't quite line up. And it almost makes me think that something's wrong with that rear diff again. So let's get it open again. Yeah, speaking of hot rods, guys, I've got a 1994 Pontiac Firebird, which is kind of a dream car of mine. You know, when I was a kid, that was kind of what got me into cars. Was my mom's friend had an old '83 Camaro, took us for a ride in it, and I'll never forget that ride. I was hooked instantly. And so I bought the 94 back in 2000, I think. I still have it. Just did a big motor upgrade on it and some goodies. Yeah, that's all good. What's really going on? Yeah, buddy, Fire Chicken, that's right. Jacques, if you're looking for an old Beetle, I got a guy for you, man. Another YouTuber, actually. His name's Chris Vallone. ChrisVallone. And he's got two channels. One is an RC channel. That's how he and I met. But he's got a bread and butter channel, and it is Vallone's Beetle restorations. That's what he and his dad do for a living. This guy does amazing restoration work. You know, he was telling me recently he had Jerry Seinfeld walk into his shop just randomly. He's out in New York. Yeah, and Jerry Seinfeld just walks in, hey, I'm looking for a Beetle, and they built him one. So, you know, I'm sure he can cover all sorts of budgets, but, you know, he's building Beetles for some, you know, high-end clients for sure. So check him out on YouTube. Vallone's, I'm not sure what his Beetle channel is called, but if you just Googled it, Chris Vallone, Vallone's Beetles, you'll find him. And super, super cool dude. Oh, you bugger. I am going to snap. I'm going to snap, guys. Something's going on. Phil's not happy. Dun, 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 dun. C12. That was C12, right? A, B, C, 11 and 12. What's going on? Yes, Jeff, I read the instructions. Oh, man. They're right here, I promise. I'm reading them, I swear. What is going on with that? I don't even know. Is that the right part? Yeah, the bearings are in there. I just checked. Jacques, you found them. Wicked. Backwards part. Yeah, you know, you might be right. Something ain't right, guys. Something ain't right. Hit the like button. Yeah, thanks, Voodoo. Appreciate it, bud. Hit the like button if you enjoy watching a grown man struggle with small plastic parts. Yeah, she's low on blinker fluid. That's right. What the hell's going on here? D8, ABCD, Ocho. Yeah, that's right. What are you doing, buddy? D8, D8, that's correct. That's correct. D11, D11. Okay, that's still not gelling though. What is going on? Yeah. Inspirational music would be good. How about like the Rocky music when he's running up the stairs? Dun, 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 dun. Well, maybe I'll come back to that, guys, because that's not working so good at the moment. So I'm going to put that part aside for the time being. Get back to it and keep this build moving. I'm sure you guys have busy days ahead of you. Next step, let's start working at step 12 there, guys. We're going to work on another differential. And not screw this one up, I promise. So this time we're working on the front diff, which is a gear differential, which is pretty cool because ball differentials are the bane of my existence, apparently. Can't seem to get the ball differential down right. A bit of grease in that bad boy. We do have some metal diff gears here somewhere. I did see them. Where did you guys go? Get in there. Oh yeah, right in front of me. Good spot for them. That's another nice thing about this kit. Metal gears for the differential. Massage my shoulders, yeah. Can you imagine? I'll be like, honey, come on up. Time for massage. I'm getting stressed out building toy cars again. Funny thing is, though, she'd probably do it. I don't know how that woman deals with my crap. So, yeah, okay, honey, go play with your cars. Okay, thanks. You're pretty cool. Grease, grease, and more grease. Any of you guys watch season 4 of Cobra Kai yet? An IPA, yeah, I should. Cobra Kai season 4, guys, I got to tell you, we binged it the other day. It was so good. I don't want to spoil it for anyone, but there's this montage scene where Johnny's training. If you guys saw it, you'll know what I'm talking about. And he's running down the beach and stuff. I'll leave it right there. I don't want to spoil it for anyone, but it is hilarious. Take a break. Yeah, that's a good idea. Resident Alien. I haven't seen that one. That. Gear diff is looking good, guys. Reason why I like these so much is because it's really hard to screw them up. Scott, the Ram Air era. Yes, it was the Ram Air era, although my particular chicken, it's a formula, so it does not have the Ram Air hood. It does not have T-tops, but it did have the Corvette motor, the LT1, the V8, which is a good little motor, and leather interior, had like the Monsoon, GM's Monsoon system in it. So actually had a really good sound system, 10 speakers, and sounds really good from factory. But over the many years I've owned it, I've upgraded the speakers and basically everything on it. And just had the motor rebuilt. Did a 383 stroker, board 40 over, so really I guess it's like a 396 they said. Really lumpy cam, pretty much as lumpy as you'd want to go with a street car. And yeah, now I'm just trying to get it all tuned, because the thing with it's a 94, so that was just a weird year, I guess, with the computers. They don't like to tune very well. I had it mail order tuned, and it's runs like garbage. So it's drivable, but it kind of runs like crap. So over the winter, hopefully our local speed shop here can tune it for us and get it rocking and rolling. Because right now it burns. It's so rich, man. It's so rich, like it burns your eyes. The exhaust, it just burns your eyes. So here we got the front gearbox housing. We have to note the direction of this. Drop that guy in there. Put a couple more bearings in, which we're out of bearings. Let's get some more bearings. Bearing and a bearing. That's easy peasy. A little bit of grease. Like that. A3. Incorrect screw. Possibly, Scott. I'm going to go back to it in just a minute here. Just trying to keep the thing moving, keep the live stream flowing. But I'll go back to it in a second with after I've made a bit of progress on this one, and I'm not ripping out all my hair. I used to have hair like Fabio, then I got into RC. Now I look like this. Is that just like a spam bot that keeps shooting up that Russian message? What is that? What's that all about? All right, we've got a front gearbox done here. That's exciting. Progress. Right on, Phil. Let's make another propeller joint, shall we? Take one of these. Take one of those. Big old C-clip, if I can find one. Anywhere? Bueller? C-clip. Nope. I'm getting the bag C here, boys. No, you're not there. It's all suspension. Oh. Oh, a bunch of small C-clips. Huh. Oh, there you are. Hiding. Gotcha. This guy clipped on. Dun, 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 dun. Another G1, that's this guy right here. Whoop, careful. And another small bearing on the end. Propeller joint done. Counter gear next. These guys, parts tree is empty. It's always a good sign. Take this little cat here. Let's put those bearings in first. Big bearing, small bearing. Metal rod. Cap and a cap. That's pretty simple stuff. Now from here, we're going to drop in counter gear and, whoops. And just like that, we're on to completing our front gearbox, which isn't moving smoothly. A little bit of binding. What's that from? Little nub, that's okay. Bruce, are you still here? Are you still watching, man? If you are, gotta ask you about that rear gearbox and what's going on. What did I miss? That's that, that's that. We're going to take an A2. And that's just the top of the front gearbox cover. And we're just going to plop her down something like this. Fits beautifully. A couple MA7s. And that's a front gearbox. Rock and roll. Now, can we build a front shock stay and not have any issues? Front damper stay now, guys. F2. Couple of those guys, okay. MC4. Time for our next screw bag, I think. Let's see, just trying to make sense of all this stuff, move all this stuff over. It's nice to give you a couple extra diff balls in case you lose them. On to bag C. All right. Which Tamiya are you working on? That's not an RC. Just like a static model? Are those upper arms correct for the front, i.e. not the back? RC Dreamers. I triple checked, I swear. And we the arms are correct. I did triple check here. I went back here, so the rear is a D8 upper arm, ABCD. I pulled the D8s out, buddy. That's the right one. It almost feels like these diff cups need to click in a bit farther. But I'll get back to that in a hot second here. I'm going to build this front one, and it's going to go together perfectly. I know it. 35th scale, cool. 6x6 GMC, wicked. Yeah, really odd, isn't it? Yeah, I don't know what's gone wrong there. MC4, that's way too big. Where are you? Here you go. 16. It's good you've got a lot of hobbies, buddy. You need that. Need something to keep your brain occupied when home. That's one of the things I love about this hobby. You know, you can just come home, it's relaxing. My wife and I like to build together, make videos. It's a good time. RC is amazing for that. Okay, I think we got those guys on properly. What do we got here? MC1, couple long boys. That's you. Your buddy there. MC10. Couple spacers. Segment on lipos, care, charging, etc. That's a good idea. I could definitely do that. I've definitely made the mistake, actually somewhat recently, a lot of fear too. Yeah, you're right, buddy. There is a lot of fear about them. And there really shouldn't be. They are quite safe. I mean, the technology has really come a long way. I think it used to be a lot more dangerous than it is now. Front drive shafts longer or shorter than the rear? Good question. Let me double check here. The rear. Yeah, you see, I've got a longer one in the rear, which may be what's causing my fitment issue. But I did double check it before I built them. Let me go back to that though. Thank you, sir, for pointing that out. I'm going to do that as soon as I'm done with this. On an ammo box. Yeah, that's a good idea. Not that long ago, I had a lipo that one cell was kind of acting up a little bit. And I don't know if you guys have ever done the trick. It's kind of a dodgy trick, but you take your charger and you set it to like a nickel metal hydride and just hit recharge. So it's not monitoring voltages. And you can do that monitor it, make sure you don't go over and blow up your battery. And it'll get your weak cell kind of back up to where it needs to be so that your charger can balance the LiPo cell correctly. Well, I kind of forgot about it. I walked away for like a couple of hours. I'm lucky my house didn't burn down. The battery was puffed up like this. And so I think, although it was a stupid mistake on my part, I think it's a testament to the technology that's going into the parts now. I think they're a lot safer. Because by all means, 10 years ago, that thing should have gone up in smoke. All right, so we've got our rear stay here. Jeff, yeah, exactly. That's what I did, buddy. Rear stay, rear gearbox. We need another little spacer doodad. Let's see, actually, first things first, I got to put this metal support on. Where are you, metal support? I saw you before. There you are. Yeah, it's a good technique for bringing a bit of life back to an old battery, but it's dangerous. It requires supervision. Nice thick, look at that, it's like a 3 mil thick support, so that's kind of neat. A couple MA7s. Jeff, what kind of power do you run in one of your airplanes then? I've never flown one, so I don't know. $4S. Oh, okay. Right on. Another spacer. Put that 100 amps. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see that go up in flames, eh? MC2. I had a Castle Sidewinder. I had a Castle Sidewinder 3, I think it was, ESC, in my SCX10, like 5 years ago, I want to say. And my wife and I are going for a hike. We're crawling through this like rainforest. We're just outside of Whistler, BC, this like beautiful, pristine rainforest. And the ESC just goes up in smoke. I thought it was a lipo fire. Like there's actual fire shooting out, and it was like a half cab Toyota body. There's like fire coming out, and I didn't know what to do. Of course, we're in rainforest in the middle of winter, so the smoke just like, just stuck inside the trees. And people are hiking with their families. And I got this thing and I threw it in a creek to put the fire out, and smoke everywhere. And yeah, we got out of there pretty quick. They frown upon that kind of thing out there. Yeah, Castle ESCs are nice. I was swore by them when I was racing. I used to race 8 scale off-road, and I'd always use Castle stuff. I loved it. But that Sidewinder didn't like me on that day. Oh, I'm live. What happened there? So we're just putting a little more Loctite on these bad boys here. Yeah, totally. My 4S packs that I run with like my low C double XL monster truck. Yeah, they're all pretty puffy these days. That truck just sucks the juice right out of them. It's a monster. Oh, Jacques, yeah, you had the same thing happen, eh? Yeah. The 3S and a Terra Scorcher. I tried putting a 3S pack in my Terra Scorcher and the receiver crapped out. Totally like not not related incident. Just bad timing, I guess. But I never got to get her going. All right, fellas, looks like we've got a rear, or no, front shock stay all set up. Gearbox is set up. Okay, now it's time to double check these swing shafts and make sure I didn't screw them up. Oh. Because that might be the issue with what's going on out front or out in the rear. Get these guys in here. There, we're good there. Okay. Front universal shaft. Let's see. Aha. Okay, so which one of you guys was it? RC Dreamers, was it you? That said to check my shaft. To check the swing shaft length. I think it was you. If you're still here, raise your hand because you, sir, are correct. I screwed up. Those shafts should be in the front. And this shorter shaft should be in the rear. All right, well, let's build these now. Now that we're here, and we know who's who and what's what. Paul, you still there? How's that football game going, buddy? Paul is immersed in his football game. Good man. Oops. When they say to us, they mean to us. That's right. It's kind of our nature, isn't it, though? It says to us, really? Can we push a little more voltage through there? Let's find out. Still here. Right on, buddy. Red Loctite is pretty sticky, goopy stuff. Is that right? That looks right. Front wheel axle. So I totally botched this. So the reason why the rear wasn't fitting is that I used the axle portion or the swing shaft portion. I screwed them up. They're a little bit different in length, and it's such a small amount that I just didn't realize it even after lining it up in the magazine or in the instruction manual. Sorry, not in the magazine. So back to the drawing board. That's rear. That's front. That's front. Rear is a short one. All right. Now we're getting somewhere. Yeah, Jacques, I'm using the red just because that's what came with the kit. So I really hope it's not like actual automotive grade thread lock. It's I'll show you. So that came in the kit. So I'm with you. I know not to use that stuff, but hopefully it's again part of the Tamiya way of doing things their own way, and hope it works. Yeah, me too. Me too, my man. I think this is it though, because as I looked, yeah, in the build pages here, it's really kind of tough to tell the difference. It's such a small difference in length. So I think we're going to be good to go now. The shorter ones for the rear here. The Tamiya way, that's right, buddy. Stealing that from who was it that said that? Matt from Scale Builders Guild. That's his phrase, the Tamiya way. But it's so true. But I guess when they're responsible basically for the success of the hobby, bringing it to what it is today, I guess they can do whatever the heck they want. All right, so that's the rears. Let's see if that works now. Hallelujah. That is the answer. Okay, well, let's build the fronts. Yeah, you're right, buddy. It is different. It is different. In a world of RC today where, you get these bodies that, I don't know, like they just don't do anything for me, like a Traxxas body. Nothing against Traxxas products. They do, they do great things. But some of these like weird spaceship looking things, I don't know. Not for me. But then again, I love like the manta ray and the thunder dragon and stuff that look like weird fish, and so it's you. Where did I put the other one? You're there, you're there, you're there. There you are. The snow, she is melting. And I am happy about that. All right. So let's go back and get this rear gearbox correctly assembled. Dun, 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 dun. MA19. Don't forget to put your little rubber in there, Phil. Bruce is back, and is Tamiya the most successful in worldwide sales? I don't know. That's a really good question. I would think, I mean, they've been around the longest, that's for sure. But then you've got companies like Traxxas and stuff that probably outsold them more recently. And even like, you know, like the Horizon Hobbies and stuff, for example, that have their variety of brands. Because Horizon does what, like Losi, Arma, 41-3. Pats are crushing it. That's got Paul excited. Where'd that little O-ring go? Where'd you go, buddy? That's fine. Yeah, by today's standards, I would think they're probably not the most successful. I think they're definitely seeing a big resurgence in sales with a lot of their re kits. You know, it's bringing back a lot of nostalgia for, you know, guys. Obviously, everybody that's watching today feels a bit of that. That's why we're all here. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. And, you know, I think that part of it, they're really cashing in on, which is a smart thing for them to do. Everything nostalgia is big right now. Everything 80s is cool again. So, you know, for them to cash in on this is absolutely brilliant. And at the same time, it gives the opportunity for, you know, guys like myself and guys probably like a lot of you guys out there that, you know, we couldn't afford this stuff when we were kids. I can't speak for all you guys, but I know I couldn't. I grew up with a single mom, 3 kids, welfare. Times were tough, man. We couldn't afford this stuff. So, you know, I think now you're right. And the kits are, you know, super cheap for them to make. They've already paid for all the tooling. So I think economically it's inexpensive for them to be producing these at this stage of the game, and kind of pure profit, really. Oh, damn it, you fell out. Awesome. Thanks, Paul. And I got something special coming for you, buddy. It just isn't ready just yet. But I'll make sure to get you one when it is. And yeah, do more Kyosho. I agree. I should do more Kyosho. You're right. My Turbo Scorpion is definitely one of my favorite buggies. It's awesome. And I would have to say that the build quality of a Turbo Scorpion is definitely, I'd say, a higher standard than a lot of those Tamiya kits that are up on the wall. You pay for it, but it's definitely worth it. And when I say you pay for it, they're not really that much more expensive. They're very reasonably priced. All right, so our whole rear gearbox is done, along with the lower arms, upper arms. Everything fits. Everything looks tickety-boo, boys. Rock and roll. Front is built. It's time to put some lower arms on it, some C-hubs, and get these little doodads installed. And as soon as I'm done this step, I'm going to take a bathroom break because I'm really about to pee myself. How about that? And we don't want to be that kind of a show. We don't want it to be a pee show. That's weird. Not interested. F1. There we go. We had a Hornet. I've got a Hornet on the wall there, Jeff, and I'll tell you, man, I built it, and it's essentially the same thing as a Grasshopper. And I built the Hornet, took it on a test run in the backyard, and broke the chassis on the rear where the rear shock mounts. I broke it, and so it just sits up there now. And I thought, this thing's, what the heck's going on? You know, this thing, I thought they were supposed to be tough. And that's what happened. It broke. But it's the exact same chassis as a Grasshopper. And my Grasshopper, I beat the heck out of, and it runs fine. So, I don't know. Maybe it's got a bad one. Who knows? One C13. And C1, C13, C1, yeah. Turbo Scorpion for Christmas, gonna go brushless. Yeah, buddy. I went brushless on mine, and let me tell you, I've got a Castle motor in there, 4-pole, 6,900 kV, 6,900 kV. And Sidewinder 3 Speedo. And dude, it is so fast. It's so fast. And it's so fun. I run it on the beaches out here, like on Long Beach up in Tofino, which is this massive beach. And the tide goes way out, so you have this big shoreline to run on. And it is insanely fun. So all metal gears in that thing, it can handle all the power, no problem. And yeah, you're gonna love that thing, buddy. All right, that's you, C13. Then the front uprights, which are, where did you go? There you go. I think they're identical. They are indeed. Jacques, any issues with my Monster Beetle diff? Yes, indeed, sir. I absolutely did. With the stock power plant in there, it was still pretty clicky. And not only that, but on the re-releases, the dog bones are a little bit too short and they pop out. The driver's side is more susceptible to popping out than the other side. Bruce, I'll get right back to you, buddy. Yeah, the dog bones are just a little bit too short, so they pop out. Like you hit a jump or something, and the suspension travels all the way down, it'll come right out. So really, really pretty annoying in that sense. So I ended up putting a super stock BZ in mine. I went with the MIP ball diff, which fixed all the issues as far as clicking goes, and it can handle all that power now. But the dog bones are still popping out. So, or I think there's like a CVD style that they have. So from there, you had to modify it by putting the re-released Tamiya frog dog bones in, because they're a little bit longer, then they don't pop out anymore. So again, kind of like the TD4 where they screwed up and like you buy it right out of the box, you have to modify it for it to run right. One of those kinds of situations. So just so you're prepared for that. I did a video on it like a couple of years ago where I did I used like a zap strap to like as like a safety leash to keep, like I put a hole in the little outdrive cup and put a little zip tie in there to use it as a safety leash, so it held everything together. pretty hokey. It worked, but it's pretty hokey. And Bruce, have I come across fitment issues yet? Oh, back in a minute. Yeah, come on back, buddy. Bruce, yeah, you know, I so far it's been good. I screwed up um the CVAs, CVDs, whatever the heck you want to call them. I had like the front to the back and the back to the front. I could have sworn I measured everything, but there, you know, I was just off a little bit. So that was a mistake on my part. Other than that, I wouldn't say I've had any real issues with it in terms of fitment anywhere. What about you? Guys are done. Some MA15s underneath here for steering. Yeah, you're totally right, Scott. I agree 100%, buddy. We're adults now. We're all in our 30s, 40s, all able to live a little bit and enjoy some of the things we couldn't as kids. In a way, I'm kind of happy I couldn't enjoy it as a kid because now as an adult, I think I enjoy it even more. Yes, Bruce. Slop in my rear upper control arm is absolutely horrific. And Paul, Fast Attack. No, I've never owned one. I would love to own one, but I see the prices they go for, and I'm like, what the heck is going on? Because it's really just, you know, what is a Fast Attack? It's like a wild one, basically. Pretty close. Pretty basic kit, but they go for like 400 bucks out here. Just nuts. Step 18 is done. Gonna get on step 19 in a quick second, guys. I gotta run out to the bathroom. Be right back. Oh, I just lost a few pounds there, guys. I feel human again. All right, where were we? Step 19, attaching front axles. Get these guys attached to this guy. I think we can handle that without screwing up too bad, eh? Why you got to be like that, man? I remember the first build I ever did is Midnight Pumpkin back in like 89, I think, 88, 89. My best buddy and I stayed up. I think we stayed up like all night, literally all night, trying to put it together. And we had like the steering arms on the wrong side, so the wheels were like this, and it was just like a complete disaster, and just screwing everything up that we did over and over again, and a ton of fun, but a total gong show. And now it's like, you know, you go to build one of those and you can have it done in a couple hours. Oh, it's got to go in there first. Paul, you hiding all my stuff on me, man, or what? Why is this all backwards again? That's that. If you guys don't have one of these guys yet, these little Ryobis, what a lifesaver. Especially when tapping into ABS plastic. These things are amazing. Yeah, 3x12 mil, that's right. Sweating at mil 10. 2 more to go. All right, that's better. Those are there. What's next? We're going to take this guy, our lower A-arm mount. Get her in there. Oh, geez, Louise, Phil, come on, man, figure it out. The DeWalt gyroscopic. Sounds fancy. How things go with the hot shot there, Bruce? Any issues getting that one built, or does she go pretty smooth? Come on, you. There we go. A dream if you have 3 hands. Just need that third hand, eh? RC Dreamers, yes, I do have to dust the room every now and then. This is just like a spare room in my house upstairs. There's a window right here, basically. So as the window's open, it's in a new construction area, relatively new. So there's quite a bit of dust that does get in here. So I have to like take everything apart every now and then and clean it. And it's kind of a monster of a job. MC7, big guys. Yeah, not a fun job. MC11 spacer. She's actually pretty good about tidying up this room. You're right. She doesn't mind helping out. Yeah, so interesting little fun fact here, guys. These little red sort of filler pieces that Tamiya wants to put in the diff cups. I've got one in this side, but I took it out of this side. I built this side first. You can see how much tension there is on this. And with this thing straight, like that's pretty brutal. So I took it out of this side, and here it's nice and free. So I'm gonna take it out of there. Well, the wife is airbrushing like 5 bodies. Yeah, right. That is awesome. I tried getting into airbrushing a few years ago. I bought all the gear. I bought a nice airbrush and a good compressor. My gosh, I do not know how people have the patience for that. Like, to do a nice job of it anyway. To do some shading is one thing, but when you see like those old like RC10 bodies from the 90s, they're just like insanely awesome. Yeah, this thing still doesn't quite sit nice, does it? There we go. There we go. All right, rock and roll. Well, Bruce, man, that's awesome that your wife's in airbrushing, dude. That's great. Because that's a talent all in itself. All right, guys, what do we got? It is 12:36. We're rocking and rolling. Only 12:36. Is that it? Wow, that was later. Great. Let's build some shocks, shall we? Next step. Shockadoodles. Let's make them happen. Thanks, Aaron. Appreciate it, man. Paul, what was that last one? Reamers for something. I missed it. Reamers for control arms. I don't have a lead for that, buddy. Wish I did. I've got a little cheapo reamer I bought just for the bodies, like for Lexan. I don't think it would work on a control arm though. And Bruce, yes, indeed, sir. I think that by cheaping out with plastic shocks was a bit of a letdown. You're right, 100%. All right, dampers, 1, 2, 3, 4. They are all the same length. That'll make things a bit easier. Do you guys want to take a quick bet on how many E-clips are going to go flying across the room while I build these? There's going to be two E-clips per shock. How many are we going to lose? I like cheating. I push mine up on my table here. Oh, as I say that, the first one screwed up. Aaron lost 3. Man, this is like nightmarish doing these things. Let's see, where's a good surface? No, I shouldn't use a chassis. I'll use this. Oh, damn it. 2. That one got away, but I found it fast, so it doesn't count. Oh, yeah. Damn it. 2 went to Neverland. Okay. 1 for 1. Let's keep her going. Positive, strong here. Oh yeah, 2 for 2. I bought a whole pack of E-clips on Amazon for cheap. It was like $8, I think, and there was like hundreds of them in there, all the different sizes. So, little pro tip. 3. Yeah, you know, I'll use these guys for the top, but like when I'm going to put an E-clip on top of the piston. But for the first, like for the bottom hole, if you can see that, but for the bottom hole, I find just pressing it onto something has worked really well for me. See that? Where the heck did I... Oh, there you are. Put my fat fingers around it and hopefully it doesn't go flying. It's usually not the bottom one that goes flying for me, it's the top one when I'm using my pliers. There we go. So that's those. Shock pistons, what do you think, guys? 1 hole, 2, or 3? I usually go with 2. Bruce, you built one of these. What'd you go with, buddy? Oh, you went with 1? You like it? I guess you probably haven't had a chance to drive it yet. A lot of slop. Yeah, I did 1 as well. Seems perfect. Okay. Everyone's doing 1s, eh? And I cut out all my 2s. You know what? If everyone else is doing 1s, I'm going to go 1s. If you're saying 1's the way to go, boys, I believe you. Let's go with the 1s then. Trim off that little ear that's on there. Okay, we're doing good there. Da, 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 da. This is where the E-clips go flying for me. I don't know about you guys. Here's where like I need eye protection. That kind of RC, I think, too. Yeah, between 1 and 2, eh? Okay. Okay, there's 1. Well, we're going to start with the 1 and see how that goes. This guy's going to be more of a pavement pounder than anything. Oh, thought I was going to lose that one, guys, but I got it. That's 2. I don't want to jinx it, but we're doing pretty good here. Three. 1 more, boys. Might be a shutout. That's 4. Look at that, guys. I did it, Bruce. Phil 8, Eclipse 0. All right, groovy. Yeah, my favorite part about building Tamiya shocks is they have the same illustration in every single one that has an oil shock. Right there, little towel that curls up and catches the oil as it comes out. It's so cheesy. Paul, did I get you in the eye? Sorry, man. Sorry. Put on your goggles. Safety first. All right. Where am I? Okay. Got to cut out some V11s and V3s. We're making 4 of these, right? Yes, we are. Crazy amount of limited travel on this thing. V11 and V3. V11 and V3, eh? When you guys built yours, the spacer on the inside of the shock, it's telling me to use 2 here. Right there, V11 and V3. Did you guys use both of yours? Because that's really going to limit the amount of travel on that shock. RC Dreamers, I'm hurrying. Yeah, I'm not a fast builder, that's for sure. Bruce, yeah, you'd use both. Okay, cool, man. Then we're going to use both. This will be like a 5-part build series at this rate. Use both? All right, cool. Thank you, gents. I will use both. Occasionally speak to other YouTubers like Glenn. I do with some, not so much Glenn. I think Glenn got upset with me once because I was sharing some of my videos on his Facebook page, and just like my running videos, I would post them on his Facebook page, and he didn't like that, and he kind of went off, and he didn't name me. He didn't call me out or anything, but he made it very clear that he didn't like other YouTubers posting their stuff on his page. Kind of stealing his thunder, so to speak. And while I oh shit, I screwed these up. While I don't really, that was never my intent, and it's not really how I saw it. Yeah, he didn't really like that, so I just kind of shied away from Glenn. I just didn't want to get into anything, and that's okay. It's all good. He's a good guy. He definitely knows his stuff, and I wish him all the best. So, but there's some other guys, like a lot of smaller guys, like Dusty Fingers. He's out in the UK. Super, super good dude. Christian, he was on earlier. Super good dude. Talked to him a lot. Not a lot, but enough. Derek's AZRC, guy down in Arizona. He's got kind of a funky thing going on with his channel. I like it. Chris Vallone, who I talked about earlier. Chris and I get together quite a bit and chat online, and we've done like a little collaboration a little bit. He did like a show on his channel where we just kind of walked around here and went through all the RC kits that I have. So yeah, I definitely talked to a few guys, but a lot of smaller guys. EDS Racing. Okay, cool. I had somebody ask me just yesterday, one of my followers that lives out here on the island, asked if I had any RC predictions for 2022, and I thought that was a pretty interesting question. And I hadn't really thought about it, and I didn't really have a great answer. So, what about you guys? Any RC predictions for this year? Anything you think may come out, may not come out, trends, etc.? Yeah, you're right, guys. Even that one hole still moves quite a bit. Good call. Good call, boys. No RC predictions? Yeah, I didn't know how to answer that question either. Seemed like a good question, though. I think Tamiya is going to keep doing what they're doing, pumping out more re kits. Jeff, yeah, dude, you're right, man. And this, like, I'm a pretty small-time YouTuber with a pretty basic setup. The amount of money I had to invest to do what I'm doing, like and like non-RC money that I had to spend, just getting a good computer, you know, editing software, all the licenses for everything. Man, it adds up. I encourage you to do it if it's something you think you might enjoy. I mean, you know, I'm not getting into this to try and become the next Kevin Talbot. You know, I'm not going to be that guy. I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be that guy just at all. Not my style. I'm not doing this to make the big bucks, so to speak. I actually really love doing this. Always, and you know, I never thought I would love it as much as I do. If you watch my earlier videos, they are horrible. Like, they're so bad. So you can really see the progress that I've made over the years. And you know, with that came a lot of satisfaction and learning how to do, you know, everything from video editing and, yeah, it's provided a lot of, what's the best way to say it? A lot of positivity, and it's created another avenue in the hobby that I never thought I'd be doing. To be honest, I never thought I'd be doing YouTube videos. Never in a million years. I don't know how to edit. I didn't know how to do anything when I started. So if you're thinking about it, try it out, buddy. If you need any pointers, shoot me an email. Happy to help you out. And yes, guys, to see a king cab come out, that was kind of my wish. One of my wishes. I really hope to see that king cab come out. Anytime you find a good one, you know, in good shape, in used condition for sale, wow, they can go for a big buck. More than I'm willing to spend. So I'd happily own a Riri. There it is, guys. We've got 4 shocks. And yes, why aren't these made of metal? They should definitely be made out of metal. Such a commemorative kit, something that's so special and so unique. Why not metal? Anyway, let's get these guys mounted up as per the instructions. So we are on step 23, guys. We're making some good progress here. Right there. Let's get some shocks mounted, shall we? What about you guys? Anything you guys would like to see me cover this year? It's a new year. Already had one good suggestion on doing some lipos, some information on lipos. I think that's a really good idea. What about the rest of you guys? Who else has something to mention? Anything you'd like to see me cover? Any of the kits that I haven't spent enough time on? Oh, come on, you bugger. Cooking with Jacques. More custom builds. Enjoyed the lowride series. Okay, cool. That's good to hear, Bruce. Thanks, man. Because I didn't, you know, again, you just don't always know. The lowride series didn't generate the most views. That's not always the most important thing in the world to me. Like, if people like what they're watching, I'd rather them enjoy the content versus, like, you know, just click through it and, you know, find a 2-second tidbit of information that they needed and ran away. Starting to look like a truck. How about a tank or semi-truck for the channel? Any interest? Yes and no, Jeff. Like the semi-trucks look amazing. The price tag on them kind of scares me. You know, I look at the price of like a grand hauler, and I think, what am I going to do with it? What I'm going to spend on it? You know, am I going to get my value out of it? I'm not really a rich guy. You know, you don't, not to say you have to be, but I don't know if I get the enjoyment out of it. I'm kind of frugal still in a lot of ways. And I run all these things. Well, most of them. I run most of these. And so I never really thought about that, but I put that on wrong. Damn it, Phil. But you're right. And tanks, I guess when talking about tanks, you know, we can talk about RC. Like RC tanks are so cool. Never owned one. 3D printed parts, Paul. Yeah, that's cool. Jeff, yes, I do. It's just my name. You're welcome to follow me there. My name Phil, which is F-I-L. Again, crazy, wacky Croatian parents. Last name is Dadic, D-A-D-I-C. And it's really more kind of a personal page. There's a bit of RC stuff on there. But you're welcome to join on. And a lot of guys from YouTube have joined my Facebook, and we chat that way. So I've limited myself somewhat because it's, as much as I'd like to be fully immersed in the whole social media thing and help my channel grow and all that, it's tough, man. It's a full-time job. And I work a lot of hours and have a very demanding job. So it's hard to find time for this. You'd be amazed how much time it can take. And spend hours to, you know, between running out and shooting a buggy running in the sand, and then getting home, editing everything by the, you know, to make a 4-minute video, you can invest basically an entire day. Think of it that way. And it's crazy how much time you can invest in doing these videos. So, you know, between social media and Facebook and everything else, it's just that's a lot. It's a lot for this guy anyway. So do what I can. It's all about enjoying it, right? RC Dreamers, you know what I'm talking about. You know how much time it takes to edit. It's crazy. What did I screw up there? Rears, it's all good. Front. Paint your drivers better. I can take a kick at that. My drivers aren't the greatest, but I'll tell you, the wife bought me a nice set of Tamiya paint brushes, from the hobby store, they made a world of difference. Like a really fine one to like get in, like do eyes and stuff. On how to get running shots. Okay, that's a cool idea. I lay down in the sand a lot. Richie, hey buddy, thanks for coming and checking out the show today. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate all the support. And what did I screw up here? Use the eyes. It's probably not a bad idea using a Q-tip. Mm-hmm. Well, I messed something else up here, fellas. What did I mess up this time? I got you there. You, oh, I see what I did. You're supposed to be back there. Whoops. Yeah, getting those running shots, guys, that is not easy. um, definitely fun, but very interesting, and you get a lot of looks from people. Especially when you're a one-man show, and I am a one-man show most of the time. My wife helps me out on occasion, but definitely not every time. And yeah, you can look like a bit of a crazy person chasing around a little toy car with a controller in one hand and a GoPro in the other, and try not to trip on your own 2 feet. All right, Jeff, take care, buddy. Thanks for coming out today, man. Appreciate it. Not so bad. What did I do? Definitely put my front A-arms on backwards. So I'm switching those guys around. But in order to reach one, I got to take the whole front shock tower apart. I'll tell you. building a kit's one thing, but doing it live while talking and stuff, that's a whole different world. Maybe I should just shut up and build it. Distancing me from the build, yeah, I'd say so. That's why when my wife and I last night, we were building the Plasma Edge 2, and a friend of mine who follows the channel said, hey, like, you better be filming that. I want to see it, because he just bought one. And I said, no, buddy, this one's just for us, just to enjoy, relax, have some laughs, you know, because it's a different beast when you're filming it. It's awesome, don't get me wrong. But I'm sure you guys can understand. Just a little bit different, that's all. Any more kits that are not on display? What do I have? Yeah, I've got a Kong head in the closet. It doesn't really fit up with the 6 wheels. It doesn't fit on the shelf too nicely, so it lives its life in the closet. What else do we have? I have a Futaba FX10 that was gifted to me by Paul. It's in the other room, awaiting a rebuild. And really, I'm kind of running out of space back here, so I need to switch up my whole room here to get a little more space for more kits. And I also just got a notification here, guys, that my phone, which I use to record, is just about to die. I knew I'd have about 3 hours. We're just over the 3-hour mark now. So I'm going to say this thing's going to cut out in about the next 5 to 10 minutes. So what I'll do once this one's done, I've got another phone I'm going to switch over to. So if I disappear momentarily, just hang tight if you're still interested in hanging out, and I'll be right back in a few minutes. What am I going to do in 2 years with more? I think I need a bigger house. Good question, buddy. I think I'm going to start using some of my garage space. I think I want to try and get some 5th scale RCs, some bigger ones, and throw them up in the garage, I think, because I don't want the huge 5th scales in the house. The 10 scales look okay, but the 5th, I think, will just take up a whole room. I don't have a very big house, so there's not a ton of space here. So look at this, guys. We have front gearbox, rear gearbox done, suspension's done. Everything feels good. We're getting onto the chassis next. So I'm going to get cracking. Again, this phone's going to die any minute. So if I disappear, I'll be right back in about 5 minutes just to switch over devices and keep things rolling. I could always plug in the power supply, but then I can't really see what I'm doing. Yeah, no, can't do that. Have to switch phones. That is all good. All right, what are we doing here? Attaching the lower deck parts. We're making some good progress here, fellas. MD8 and 9. On to screw bag D. Which is the final screw bag. Yeah, part of me really wants to get a 5th scale, like one of those trophy truck style rigs. I love those. I just think they look so cool, and I've been fighting the urge to get one, but I think I might have to soon. You got it, Bruce. Home stretch, man. Just time to bolt everything to the chassis. See about that wheelbase situation. See how bad it is. And leave you guys alone so you can go enjoy your Sundays with your families. All right, boys, we're killing it. Chassis time. What do we got? MD9, MD8. Some tapping screws. 7 of those. Battery compartment issue coming up. What happens there, Bruce? Tell me. David Cook. Thanks, buddy. You're making me blush. Shouldn't you be out having a baby or something right now? All right, J12. Let me see if you try J. Is this J? J12 is the big guy. What goes on here? Oh, I see. That goes on to J15. Too close and wrong. Okay. Instruction manual lies to us, does it? All right. Well, this will be fun. J15. Where's 15? I think that's you. You got it, Jacques. Why can't you put him in the living room? Come on. Who doesn't want them in their living room? This is the part of the build where I start saying, where the heck is that part that I'm looking for? One-fifth Dragon Hammer. Dragon Hammer volts. What is that? I've never even heard of that. J15. Where the heck are you, J15? It is that part. You guys don't let the wives see this. I don't want to be associated with your pending divorces for RC cars. All right, J15 goes here, right? Bye, Caroline. Paul's been there, chose wisely, chose RC, good man. The one RC I want, but I don't have. That's a tough one to say. You know, I would love a Tamiya Porsche 959, the OG Porsche 959. I would love it. You know, I know by today's standards, it's super brittle and fragile and just absolutely a stupid thing to buy. So I don't know how much sense that makes, but Javelin, yeah, that's a beauty. Oh, there and there, okay. Rick Decker, welcome aboard, buddy. Ordered 2 of them, still waiting for him, eh? My wife picked this up for me, this kit, as a birthday gift. And my birthday was in September. She bought it in August, and it showed up on Christmas Eve. All right, there's those 2. So far, Bruce, no issues. We're doing good, buddy. J14. The T2, yeah. I'm still ticked off that I didn't buy the re-released RC10s when they came out. 81 Hilux, beautiful. I've seen those 81 Hiluxes go for like $3,000. Like I have no idea who pays that, but someone is. Not this guy.